Welcome back to Fastballs and Fatherhood. This is episode 3, and finally making his long-awaited debut. Here he is, my son, Ethan. What's up, man?
What's up?
Today, we're going to dive into a very, very controversial topic. You want to tell them what it's about?
Daddy ball.
What does that even mean, right? What does it mean to the parents out there that talk about daddy ball and complain about daddy ball? What does it mean from a player perspective, more importantly, right? So if you're going to give me that inside scoop, for you coaches out there doing daddy ball, listen up and pick up the signs and why it affects everybody, right? So about time you showed up. What have you been doing? Why haven't you been hanging out last couple episodes?
I've been sick for a little while.
All right. My man's been sick. We're about to get into it. Daddy ball is a very broad term that gets brought up a lot in today's day and age in youth sports. Let me be very, very clear. I'm not here to talk about that there should be no dads coaching. If there was no dads coaching, you would have no youth sports. The amount of teams out there, I challenge you guys to look and see the amount of teams out there that are actually coached by non-parents. There's not very many of them. There's a few organizations out there, with paid coaches, but the majority, I'd probably say 85 to 90% have dads that are involved, especially in baseball. Now, I know you guys are going to be thinking like, oh, well, it's okay if the dad played pro ball. It's okay if the dad did this. Not necessarily. Those dads can also do daddy ball, and dads that didn't play pro ball could be really good coaches. Remember, you don't have to be a professional athlete to be a good coach. You have to have leadership skills, and you have to know how to develop and connect with these young kids. I think that's a big misconception out there by a lot of parents that, they're like, oh, my kid plays for so-and-so, and the coach played pro ball for 10 years. Okay, cool, but can he coach? Some of your best coaches, right, all through sports weren't great baseball players or great at whatever sport that is. Without these dads coaching out there would not be a lot of these travel organizations, and there wouldn't be enough teams to play. So, I appreciate all the dads that put the time and effort and volunteer their time to coach. I do coach, transparency. I do coach my son. I'm the assistant coach for his team, and I've been coaching him now. This will be year 4. So have you accused me of daddy ball?
No.
So let's jump in there. What does daddy ball mean to you guys as kids when you guys are talking and you guys talk about teams being daddy ball? What does that mean?
Well, I think that daddy ball means where the kid is batting first and never gets a hit the whole season. Playing shortstop, not very good at defense. Non-daddy ball, you earn your spot. Your dad doesn't help you out with anything. Daddy ball, it's where your dad, head coach, picks the lineup. You're in the starting lineup every day. I don't hate, but I don't like daddy ball.
Do you think you've dealt with daddy ball on
No.
any of your teams?
No.
That's what these kids are thinking the description is. For me, I describe daddy ball really simple. I look at it as you as the coach, and if you have a kid on that team, if you're putting your child's development above the team and the team development, to me, you are doing daddy ball. What I mean by that is if you decide that your kid is going to be a shortstop, we'll use that because Ethan just brought that up. If you decide your kid's going to be the shortstop, regardless of whether there's a better shortstops on the team or not, you're dead set that your kid is playing shortstop, and you use the excuse of, I'm trying to help them develop. But in the meantime, you're really hindering the team and you are holding the team back. So to me, that's what it is. If your moves as a dad are holding the team back because you insist on playing your kid at a certain spot, I think that's where you have daddy ball, right?
100%.
And, when do you think most daddy ball teams start? Why do you think they start?
Little League. Let's say this ever happens. Little League, T-ball even, they're batting first and they're not the best. They just started the game. I don't think they should be batting first. I don't care if they hit a 500-foot newt over the fence. I don't care. They should not be batting first. In no world should they be batting first if they just started the game. I feel like they should be batting a little bit lower so they can watch people in front of them and learn how to actually get a good batting stance. That's just what I think daddy ball, where daddy ball starts is in Little League or something lower than travel.
So you think that's where it starts?
Yes.
Why do you think these dads are like that?
Some dad just want to say their kid is the best, their kid is better, whatever position he plays. The dad wants to have their son or daughter, whatever, have their child be number 1 in the world. They think their kid deserves to win championship every game, win player of the game every game. Like, that's not how it works. Everybody on my team has earned their spots because there's no once been daddy ball. So I've never been around daddy ball, but I've heard and seen some daddy ball issues before. So
Yeah, those are good points. I think where like where we see it a lot as adults is parents start getting really upset
Yeah.
that their kid isn't playing as
Yeah.
much, and then
there.
the next year there's a brand new team, and that upset parent is the coach of that new team
Yeah.
and starting a new team, right?
Yeah.
And that's been the problem with youth sports. It is so watered down. I mean, there are so many
Very.
teams. There's too many teams in what we call the club world, travel world, whatever you want to call it. It's watered down. Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of kids that shouldn't be playing, but their parents want them to play.
If I'm going to say something real quick, I been on two, I don't know if you call this a travel team, but they're a travel team now, but I've been on two. One since 9U, and I'm in 13U now. So that just says, stick with the team. It's a good team, but if something actually goes wrong, then you can leave. You have to have that explainable reason. Your kid not batting first or not playing the position you want them, that's not a real explanation to quit.
He said it. I didn't even tell him to say any of that stuff. Do you think the coach's sons should be held to a different standard on the team? Do you think they should be held to a higher standard?
No.
They shouldn't be?
No.
You don't think you guys should be held to a higher standard? Like the expectations are higher when you're the coach's son?
Yes.
Okay.
Expectations?
Expectations?
Are held way higher for coaches' kids. Some coaches or some dads are a little easy on their sons, but some are really...
Like me?
No, you're not easy you're not easy on me.
I'm not? Are you sure?
Very sure.
I don't know about that.
You're not easy. Like, just now, a little while ago, I was in the game and I messed up. I knew I messed up, but I didn't come in the dugout. My dad was like, oh, it's okay, you'll get him next time. No, he told me what I did wrong and took me accountable for it. You have to know you did something wrong and then expect to get corrected. You can't just say, oh, I did something wrong. If anybody says anything, I'm going to get mad. No, you have to expect getting yelled at, expect everything. That's what I think daddy ball and coaches' kids need to learn. Some coaches' kids are just out here like, my dad's the coach, I can do whatever I want. Like, that's just how some kids be, and it's very annoying to see kids saying they're the best on the team.
I know you've told me some stories that there's been kids out there that said they can do whatever they want and their dad's still going to let them play wherever position they want.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me. I'm fortunate, a couple guys that I coach with, you know, we hold our kids to higher standard. They have to double earn their spots wherever they want to play, you know. Especially, I'll speak for myself. I hold Ethan to a higher standard. I'm going to treat him differently than I treat the other kids. And he'll probably say not in a good way. What I mean by that is I obviously know that I can rip into him and get into him a little bit harder. I'm not going to do that necessarily to other kids, especially as hard as I get into him. Sometimes it's unfair. I'll admit it, but that's the price of being the coach's son. You have to wear it and take it, right? You know, I'll be really frustrated with other guys on the team, and then as soon as he makes that mistake, I could unleash my frustration on him.
We've had that happen in a game where it was a tough game, and some people made errors. People were not tagging up, could have won, and then I make that small error, and then my dad unleashes. But I know that it built up anger. I know, say, oh, he yelled at me. Now I'm never gonna. Now he hates me. I'm never gonna play again. No, you get yelled at by your dad and just take it. Like, say yes, yes sir. Just say yes, coach. Just agree. Don't get mad when your coach or dad yells at you. Just how it is.
I mean, all this sounds harsh, but you know, when we get out of that field and during our drive home, what are the things that I wear? What are the two hats?
We call it the coach hat and the dad hat. Coach hat is during games, during practice. Dad hat is after games, before games, and all that. Like, after the game, I'll talk to him and say, yeah, I know I did this wrong, but why'd you get so mad? I know I did. How can I correct myself? Like, we go over all this stuff and we do work almost every day after games. So yeah, we have 2 hats, coach hat, dad hat. I feel like every dad should prioritize the dad hat. Some dads prioritize coach hat, and don't really, I don't really like that because they're always like, son has to be the best. Son has to be working every day. Dad hat is more important. Like, do whatever they want, but they have to put work in. They have to do this. They have to do that. Like, they don't have to do it every day, after school, straight after school. Sometimes I do straight after school, but I choose to do it. I know I have to do it, but I choose. And my dad doesn't yell at me because I didn't do practice or I didn't work out today. It's just 2 hats, and I feel like every dad should prioritize the dad hat.
And I think that comes from, I say it all the time, if I have to force you to put in the extra work, whether it's the swings or whether it's doing your glove work and your rebounder and working out, if I have to force that, then why? That means you're not really into it. And then you can just do other things, right? There's different levels. We can play some rec ball. We can play video games. We can hang out. I think what happens a lot, and what Ethan's referencing, is those parents that want it more than the kid. And it's like, every day for an hour, you have to do this. And if you don't, you're not going to eat dinner, or you're not getting your dinner until you finish working out. And now you start forcing these kids. Those are the kids that by the time they get to 14, 15, they're telling the parents, F you, I'm out, I'm done, I'm not playing no more. As soon as those kids have a voice and have the choices, those are the kids that quit. My daughter, she's 11 now, and if she doesn't want to work out on her own, I'm not going to force her. If these kids don't want to do it on their own, they're not. My wife believes the same thing as me, which is, I've talked about it before about parents being united. We both feel the same way. It's like, hey, look, we'll give you the opportunity. We'll spend the money. We'll drive you guys all over the place. We'll do whatever to give you the opportunities, as long as you're showing me that you still want to be in it. As soon as we start to care more than you guys are caring, that's when it's like, we're going to pack it up and we'll save some money and we'll just go vacation in Cancun and Cabo. But if they want it and they're hungry and they're showing us the effort, let's go. We'll pack it up and we'll go have some fun and enjoy the ride, because look, it's going to end. Believe it or not, this is eventually going to end. 100%. Your baseball career is going to end. My daughter's softball career is going to end at some point. 100%. And then what do you have after that? So, the coaching hat and the dad hat, those are things that Ethan and I, we always talk about. We always make a point after games, we'll go out somewhere to eat, right? Yeah. A restaurant and hang out, and we have those conversations. Yeah. Same with my daughter after her tournaments, we have those talks. I don't coach her, so I just wear the dad hat there. I think it's important to have that separation. How do you feel about the separation?
What do you mean by separation?
Or how do you feel like that we have a coach hat and a dad hat?
I really like how we have both, because
it's like, who to talk to. You're like, I want to talk to the coach right now when you ask me about certain positions and stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, do you think I could play this position one day? He's like, whatever you want. I'm like, no, I want the coach hat. And like, there'd be sometimes like, Dad, can I go do this? She's like, say something. I say, no, I want the dad hat now. Sometimes parents do get a little rough. And after the parents force it, that's when kids start quitting. That's when kids are going to go off and play video games all day. When you get forced to do things, I'm going to speak for every single kid. We all do it. We all do it. If you get forced to do something, you don't want to do it anymore. You just don't want to do it. Like if you get forced to do homework, no one will do homework, but you have to do homework. It's like in school, you need a pass. You need a pass to go off to a higher grade, but you don't want to do homework. You have to do homework to get to the higher grade. It's the same thing with sports. You have to put the work in to keep earning where you want. Like right now, I'm working to be a shortstop. I'm working on my arm. I got baseball tryouts soon for school, so I'm putting the work in. I just got back from school a little while ago. Putting the work in. I'm saving up for some stuff. You just gotta really put the work in. And then, after the end of the day, after you put all that work in, after you do everything, you'll get rewarded with something in life. It doesn't have to be something you actually get, like a money, like I don't know, like a video game or something. You can get granted with a nice weekend off, like you get granted by something, by God coming down and talk to you. You just get granted with a bunch of stuff when you put the work in by yourself. Yeah, I totally agree with the kids quitting when they get that voice. And I really believe in putting the work in by yourself. Because we used to do a thing where if you do work every day and you get money, I did work every day to get the money. Every kid would. But Then we stopped doing that, and then I've been doing work by myself. Sometimes with my dad. Sometimes my dad would just barge in and start doing a random drill that I've never heard of before, but we'll do it. I like when my dad coaches, and I also like when my dad is a dad. So there's sometimes where my dad has a mix of a coach hat and a dad hat. A little while ago, it was me and my dad home alone. We were in my room. I was playing a video game, and then my dad comes in. We talk, and then he grabbed my rebounder and starts throwing the ball. And we do that, and we start talking, and then we do drills. It's fun to have two hats. It's like if you had a dad the whole time, you wouldn't get any that's when daddy ball starts happening. When you don't have a dad that actually wants to have you do stuff. Daddy ball, I feel at home they just do no work. One thing they probably do is just play catch. And it's okay to play catch. It's okay not to do work every day, but that's just how daddy ball starts, not doing work and feeling like you're better than your parents. Like, you always have to respect parents. You always have to respect people that are older than you. Even if you don't like them, like my older sister, we don't really get along that much, but I still have to respect her. And that's just how life is. You have to thank your mom, your dad, Jesus Christ for bringing you down to the earth. And that's how I wake up every day, and that's how you should wake up every day. Like, you shouldn't wake up and like, game day, yes, I'm playing shortstop because my dad's coaching. No, wake up. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of glove work right now so I can play shortstop. I don't know if I am, but somebody's better than me, but I'm going to try to keep working. Like, that's just how I feel about daddy ball. Like, I feel like you should have two hats always. Like, always have a little fun in your life. Like, I know these past 2 episodes with my dad have been a little uptight, but now I'm here. I'm going to make it more fun with you guys. So, that's how I feel on this area right now with the two hats. That's how I really feel.
Yeah, I mean, daddy ball is it bothers me when I hear parents talk about daddy ball and then you ask them, why do you think it's daddy ball? And they have no explanation. Again, to me, I say what daddy ball is when you're putting your kid ahead, your kid's development ahead of the team and ahead of others' development. Unfortunately, if you are the dad, your kids need to be held to a higher standard and your kids need to earn it more than anybody else. That's just my belief. You guys can believe what you want. But I think that eliminates a lot of controversies. I always tell Ethan this all the time. It's be undeniable, right? Don't ever let somebody question of why is he in there playing second base. Like, be undeniable so where they can say
Earn your spot.
he's earned it, right? If he's playing shortstop and making a bunch of errors, then there's going to be a lot of questions being said about that. So, I don't play those games. I don't get involved in that or do anything like that. You want to be a shortstop, get your arm better, work harder, and earn it. You want to be a center fielder, get faster, take better angles, and go earn it. Whatever it is, you want to get on the mound, learn to throw more strikes, throw harder, and get in the secondary pitch. I'll help you with all that, but I'm not giving it to you.
Yep.
And I think that's the big thing that we need to see out there from parents. And again, there's a lot of really good coaches that are dads, great coaches, in fact. And I think everyone should be fortunate that these guys, because I know how much time goes into it. I know it's easy for parents just to see what goes on game days and practice time, but Ethan will tell you, how often am I watching games and Game Changer and talking about our team and things like that? How often do you think I do that?
Almost every day I do. We watch a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we're always looking at
after games, watch something I did wrong, and then watch it, and I say, oh, I could have done that better. Oh, I could have swung at that pitch. You just gotta.
You feel like it helps you learn?
Yeah, I feel like every kid, if you make an error, I'm gonna rewatch that when I get home. Like, just like learn from your mistakes. Everybody like makes a mistake, like, I'm never gonna be good at this. Like, no, you're gonna get good at it if you practice, if you see what you did. Like in anything like math, football, baseball, basketball, in any sport, anything in life, you're gonna make mistakes. No one in this world is perfect. Even if anybody says it, I guarantee they're not perfect. Just learn from your mistakes. Just don't get all mad when you make mistakes.
Yeah, daddy ball. Put an end to it. Dads, really assess what you're doing out there with your team. Are you coaching for the right reasons? Are you coaching for the kids' development? And by kids' development, I mean those other kids on that team. Are you coaching for them to make them better, make them better humans, better athletes? And are you holding your kids to a higher standard? I suggest you do that and start paying attention to that. And then dads, don't quit a freaking team because your kid isn't playing and go start one just so your kid can play that. Stop that. We need to quit that mess. Have a conversation with your son and say, hey, you want to play that spot? Earn it. Don't be afraid to tell him that, okay? Going off and starting a new team so we can have the 150th friggin' 13U baseball team in Arizona just so your son can play shortstop is you're not doing anybody a favor. You know where daddy ball ends? When you get to varsity baseball. Can't do that there.
You can't do
And
that.
you think, in college, can't do daddy ball in college either.
Can't do daddy ball in middle school if you're coaching. And I just don't feel like coaching. I don't feel like dads should be coaching in school, anything in school, because I feel like high school, college, or anything, I feel like dads should not be coaching. Like, that's the time you're off, and it's the time you're at their school, you meet new people, you're not with anybody, you meet new coaches. Meeting new coaches is a really good thing. And I don't think dads should be coaching, like head coaching. I mean, like assistant coaching is fine. I don't feel like they should be making the lineup or anything.
Why even risk it?
Like, you're already coaching him in travel ball, and you're probably like, oh, travel is way more important than middle school. Middle school is like where you have fun. Middle school is for fun. I just don't like when people are like, oh yeah, I'm in middle school, I'm winning the state championship with my team. No, it's for fun. Travel ball is where you actually have fun and play hard. Middle school, you can have fun and play hard too. Just don't be focusing on trying to win the championship. Make new friends, play good, and make some bets. I don't even know. Just do whatever you do.
Are we gambling now?
Do whatever you do.
I don't encourage any kids to be out there gambling. I'll have to have a conversation
I didn't mean
with
like
this guy.
betting. I meant like say who gets more.
Bro,
like,
you're killing me.
if you're playing as a friend, like say, oh, I bet I can get more hits. Don't actually gamble real money. Go out there.
Players get suspended for gambling in MLB, right?
But I didn't mean like actual gambling, by the way.
What's next? We're doing steroids?
Don't do anything. Don't do any of that. But it's go out, meet new people. Yeah, play hard. Don't focus too much on middle school. There's like 10 games. Go out and play your friends. Like, I know I'm playing a couple of my boys back in MMB. Just have fun. I can't stress that enough. Just have fun in middle school. Once you get to high school, then you start locking in, and then you start actually focusing on your baseball. This is when scouts come. When you're 12, 13, you don't need to focus on scouts. Just focus on playing the game. Like, I can't stress that enough at all. I hate when kids are out there just straight business. Like, have fun. That's how I am on the field. I play really good defense. I hit okay, but I'm also out there having fun.
Too much fun sometimes, I would say.
Too much fun. On some days. One day we'll show some clips of me dancing, but I don't know when that will be. But yeah, just be loose out there when you have the chance. Once you get to high school, you'll miss being in 13U, 12U. You'll miss that, because then you'll have all your friends that you've known for like 12 years or something on your team. And it's good memories. Like, it's good memories in 12U, 13. I know this is not about daddy ball, but we're wrapping up daddy ball, so I think we just talk about baseball now.
So what is your best memory of, you've been playing with MLB now since 9. What would you say is your best memory? It could be on the field or off the field. I know you guys do a lot of stuff off the field too. And we have a lot of cool things that we do. So what would you say?
My best memory it's from now. We won the state championship. That was awesome, by the way. We beat a team that we don't really beat that much. And it felt so great. Everybody was out there loose. We had some people like striking out, but we had some people going out to the outfield crying, and I would go out there and say, it's okay. Just play loose now. Me and my friends we just talked the whole game about baseball. That's just how the state championship went. It was the best. And then me and my teammate, we're making a brand called Faith Over Fear 321. So I think
we got plugs going on here.
Once we put that up, you should go cop some merch. It's really good. But I'm gonna cover a little bit of a topic right now on dugouts. I think we should cover dugouts one day, and how I think I should cover that one about dugouts, because you're not really in the dugout that much. I am, so I think we should cover dugouts. Like, yes, you can talk about baseball. Don't be talking about how you met a cute girl in school and brought her home. Please talk about baseball. You're in a dugout in a championship game. Even if it's the first game of the weekend, walk in the dugout. You have coaches in there. You have parents and watching you just talking away. Like, that just doesn't make sense. I don't get why you would talk not about baseball, not cheering for your teammate. Even if you strike out, come back, shake it off, sit on the bench for 2 seconds, get back up and start cheering. We've all done it. Strike out, sit on the bench, start crying, do whatever you do. But then you got to get straight back up. That's just how I think dugouts should be. So, yeah, there's been some...
We'll have to cover that on a later topic, I think.
Yeah, and there's been daddy ball topics or incidents in the dugout too. Daddy ball's just not on the field or court or whatever you play on. There's daddy ball everywhere, even in the dugout. You're sitting down, you struck out, your dad's telling you to get back up, and you say no. Just don't say no, just say okay. Like, that's just how I feel. Please, be respectful to your parents. Be respectful to everybody.
All right, well, hey guys, that was a good one today. Thanks, E, for finally showing up. He says he's going to show up more often. Appreciate the support. Keep sending the comments that you guys have been sending and hitting me up on the DMs, letting me know topics you want to cover. I know the daddy ball one was one that a lot of people wanted to hear our take on. Parents, if you're coaching, be honest with yourself. I always preach that, right? And know the reasons why you're coaching and pick the right reasons, or don't freaking coach. All right, don't coach just so your kid can freaking play.
Yep.
That's my soapbox. I can't handle that. It bothers me. All right, you want to tell them later? What?
Make sure you like and subscribe. Get the post. Turn notifications on so you know when we post. And I have to say it. Shout out Easton Frost, Brant Buckley, Cooper Bun, and Cooper Strong. Shout out those.
This got out of hand here real quick.
All right. So make sure you like and subscribe, please. It'll really help us. And I'm going to set a goal for 100 likes on this video. And I'll high five you guys next video.
All right. Hey, thanks everybody. Appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
Bye.